Good evening. Thanks for joining us at Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Tenants charged in 2022 Hamilton fire that left 2 adults and 2 children dead. Ontario spent $2 billion, less than planned, in first half of this fiscal year, FAO says. Hatred will have no space in our city. Nearly 100 hate crimes reported to Toronto police since onset of Israel-Hamas war. 2 GTA residents facing fraud charges following invoicing scheme at US construction company OPP. 1 dead, 6 others in hospital as a result of carbon monoxide poisoning after car left running in garage of Kitchener home. 2 dead, 3 injured after collision involving school bus in Caledon, Ontario. Woman accused of chasing male with machete in parking lot of Kitchener Mall after road rage incident.
Those were the headlines, and now let's jump through the details.
A woman is facing charges after she allegedly chased a person around with a machete in the parking lot of Kitchener Mall following a road rage incident on Sunday evening. According to Waterloo Regional Police, officers were called to Fairview Park Mall at around 4:50 p.m. after receiving reports of a female chasing another person with a machete. Investigators later determined that verbal argument took place between the female driver of the white Nissan and a male driver of a silver Toyota in the parking lot. During the incident, police say the female grabbed a large machete, exited her vehicle, and chased the male on foot throughout the parking lot. The white Nissan then drove into the side of the mall after the female exited, leaving the vehicle in drive, police said in a news release. A male with the female driver intervened and took away the machete, sustaining minor injuries as a result. According to police, the female sustained serious injuries while unsheathing the machete and was transported to an out-of-region hospital. She has been charged with assault with a weapon and possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose. Police are asking anyone with the information or dash camera footage of the incident to contact investigators. The Ontario government spent about $2 billion less than planned in the first 2 quarters of the fiscal year, while using contingency funds to offset increases in health and justice, according to the report of the Financial Accountability Office (FAO) of Ontario. The report found that the province had planned to spend $85.6 billion between April and September 2023. Unaudited spending shows they actually spent about $83.6 billion. It suggests that the savings were found in other programs, followed by interest on debt, social services, and education. In the health and justice sectors, the province spent more money than planned. Ontario's progressive conservatives ponied up $811 million more than expected for the health sector, primarily for services drug programs and provincial programs. More money was also spent on funding for capital transit projects, the justice sector, and childcare. These adjustments were offset through the withdrawal from the province's contingency funds. As of September 30, the contingency fund has a remaining balance of $2.9 billion. At the start of the year, there was about $4 billion in the fund. Ontario's spending plan for the remainder of the fiscal year is also lower than expected. According to the FAO, the province's spending plan is down about $32 million as of the end of the second quarter. The FAO noted the largest year-over-year spending increases include Metrolinx infrastructure projects, the operation of long-term care homes, and school board operating grants. The spokesperson for the Treasury Board's office said the FAO report is not representative of actual spending. The FAO snapshot in time simply isn't reflective of the realities of our government's investments in delivering better services for Ontarians. Christopher Martin Chan said in a statement to Awaz News, "Our government will continue with our responsible target approach to build a more resilient economy and a stronger Ontario." There have been nearly 100 hate crimes reported to Toronto police since the onset of Israel-Hamas war on October 7th, more than double the number observed during the same time period last year. Chief Martin Q released the latest data during a meeting of the Toronto Police Services Board on Tuesday morning. The data shows that since October 7th, there have been 98 hate crimes occurrences in Toronto compared to 48 during the same time period in 2022. Furthermore, the figures show that there has been a particularly pronounced increase in anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim hate crimes in recent months. A total of 56 of the 98 total occurrences were classified by police as anti-Semitic, up from 18 during the same time period last year. Another 20 were categorized as anti-Muslim Palestinian, up from just 2 during the same time period in 2022. Since the onset of the war, Toronto police have increased the size of the force's hate crime unit from 6 officers to 20 investigators and 8 district special constables. They have also launched an online form where members of the public can report instances of hate-motivated graffiti. In the release, police noted that the hate crime unit has made 43 arrests and laid 96 charges related to hate crime occurrences since October 7th. Demkiv, however, said that police will continue to be relentless in their pursuit of those who perpetrate crimes against any group or community. Hatred will have no space in our city, he said. Police say that there have been a total of 338 reported hate crimes so far in 2023. That is up approximately 41% when compared to the same time period in 2022. There have been 159 instances of hate graffiti reported to Toronto police since October 7th. Firefighters in Hamilton have laid charges against 2 tenants who survived a fire that killed 4 others at a townhouse nearly 1 year ago after investigation found that smoke alarms in the unit had been disabled. The charges stem from a fire which broke out at home on Derby Street on Hamilton Mountain on December 29, 2022. The blaze left 2 adults and 2 children dead. As a result of the investigation completed by the Office of the Fire Marshal, it has been determined that there weren't working smoke alarms on all floors of the residence, the Hamilton Fire Department said in a statement Tuesday. The 2 tenants, who were not named, are now both facing charges of failing to notify the landlord that a smoke alarm in the unit is disconnected, is not operating, or the operation of the smoke alarm in the unit is impaired, and for disabling a smoke alarm. If convicted, the penalty is a fine up to $50,000 for first offense, imprisonment for up to a year, or both. Firefighters said they won't have any further comment on the case as it is before the courts. However, they did issue a reminder that fires involving injury or death tend to be at the highest rate around the holidays. 2 people are facing fraud charges in connection with an invoicing scheme at the construction services company, Ontario Provincial Police say. OPP, along with Serious Fraud Office for Ontario SFO, the Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI, and the Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Centre of Canada launched an investigation at the start of February 2020. Officers say the probe looked into the fraudulent invoicing scheme stemming from Canadian subsidiary of an unidentified American construction services company. The joint investigation looked at alleged false invoices created for work that was neither requested nor completed. Those involved allegedly received money from checks that were used to pay the fake invoices, resulting in losses of more than $300,000. Police say a former accountant from the construction services has been charged by American authorities. 2 people from the Greater Toronto Area are facing charges in relation to invoicing scheme. Peter Lavarotto, 47 of Woodbridge, is facing 3 counts of fraud over $5,000, while Giovanni Imbessis, 47, also of Woodbridge, is charged with 1 count of fraud over $5,000. The charges have not been tested in court. The SFO refused to provide further comment to protect the integrity of ensuing court process. 2 people have died and 3 others have been injured following a collision in Caledon, Ontario Tuesday morning involving a school bus. According to Ontario Provincial Police, the incident occurred on Heart Lake Road between Mayfield and Old School Road just before 8 a.m. A passenger vehicle and a school bus were involved in the collision. Officials say that one of the victims was pronounced dead at the scene, while the other was taken to the hospital in critical condition and subsequently pronounced dead. Police said another person sustained serious injuries, while the driver of the bus sustained minor injuries. We are saddened to learn that the accident involving the school bus, which was en route to a DPC-DSP school, resulted in the loss of life and multiple injuries, a spokesperson from the Dufferin-Peel Catholic District School Board, DPC-DSP, told Awaz News, adding none of its students were injured. As a Catholic community, we pray for all those involved and their families. Police say that a child was in the bus at the time of the crash. They were assessed at the scene and do not have injuries. Few details have been provided regarding the circumstances of the collision. Heart Lake Road is expected to remain closed for several hours while police investigate the incident. One person has died and 6 others are in the hospital as a result of carbon monoxide poisoning after a car was left running in the garage of a home in Kitchener on Tuesday, Waterloo, police say. Emergency crews were initially called to a home in the area of Activa Avenue and Periwinkle Street for a report of a gas leak. When they arrived, several people were found suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. A total of 7 individuals were transported to hospital, one of which, a 25-year-old man, was later pronounced dead. The incident is not considered suspicious and the source of the carbon monoxide was determined to be a vehicle left running in garage of the residence, police said.
This was all from us today. I'm Kubra Ali, and I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.